And my very special and empowering guest is Dr. Sanele Gamede. He's a trailblazing strategic youth life and career consultant with over a decade of experience in youth development, education, career development, and graduate employability. A renowned thought leader across Africa, he empowers individuals with cutting-edge strategic tools to excel in both their personal and professional lives. His mission is to bridge the gap between aspiration and achievement, guiding people towards their destined career paths. Dr. Gamede is also a distinguished academic and researcher, currently serving as a lecturer at the University of Johannesburg. He holds a PhD in Cultural and Media Studies from the University of KwaZulu-Natal, alongside an honorary doctorate in Leadership and Management from Miles Leadership University. And today's question, Doc, good evening. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Good evening, my brother, and good evening to our listeners, wherever they are. I think it's all good evening, right? For everyone.
It's all good all over the place, Doc.
Yeah, maybe some it's a good morning. We'll never know, eh?
You never know. Yes.
Yeah.
They say the world is not a round place, it's flat. Okay, that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. I know.
The topic for tonight. Underpaid, overlooked, underworked. How do you navigate being undervalued when you're at work, Doc?
Oh, this one, I hope, my brother, it don't get us fired.
Because after this, I want a raise, Doc. I'm going to tell my bosses I want a raise.
So it's nothing personal, and it's not, this is a conversation that I must say, everyone is complaining about it. When you talk about career development, young individuals who are professionals in the workplace, they will always say, hey, I feel undervalued. Some they will say, I feel underpaid or overlooked. I think when you do more than what is expected and not get any, tap on the shoulder, you don't get any promotion, you don't get recognition. Sometimes your work is given someone. You are just given whatever that you can do and all of that. That's where you can see that, your expertise are not I would say they are not valid, or they are not valued. Yeah, that's the right word. So I think it's something that we can deal with, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted us to actually dive deep on this one.
Yeah. So what are the most common signs that someone is being undervalued that people often normalize at work? How can you tell?
So you can tell by the number of complaints that one will have, the chit-chat with the colleagues. Sometimes they will be exhausted. Sometimes you can see that they are doing so much. They have quite a lot to do, but no one is giving them their flowers, especially when it's due. There is no salary increment and there is no growth. It's only those 5% for annual increment, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But there is no significant growth in their career. They are not even mentioned when they are talking about employers who we are taking to New Zealand for a development kind of program, and this person is not counted, but this person works very hard. This person is always showing up, yet that's when you see that, in this company I am undervalued, I'm overworked, and I am underpaid.
Yeah. What is the hidden cost to both the individual and the organization when employees consistently feel undervalued?
There is quite a reduced satisfaction in the job. So some people will just wake up for the sake of waking up to the job. They are not creative anymore. They are not bringing their best whenever they come to work. Some days low productivity. There is so much stress. This person is tense. You know, you speak to Tich, and Tich doesn't want to respond. So you can see there is burnout. They don't want to be involved because they have now realized that they are not valued, and that's the cause, especially to the company, when they don't want to be creative, when they don't want to come forth and partake and bring their ideas. And I think it's a serious issue for the company, because that person is probably using the company resources to look for another job.
It happens all the time.
And they always say you should use your personal laptop, because there are some tracking devices in our laptops. I don't know about that, but they say we are being watched, so your employer will know that you are looking for a job. But you find that someone doesn't even care anymore. They just use the company. In fact, they talk to everyone and anyone to say, hey guys, do you know any opportunities? Because they feel like, you know what, I'm done here.
Yeah. You speak about documenting contributions. What practical way can someone start tracking their impact?
So
when they get to work.
Yeah, I mean that's something very important that you can use. Documenting your progress and your contribution. It's something that is very important that you can use whenever you are looking for increment, whenever you are looking for promotion and all of that. I think once you have completed a project, document that. Once you have positive feedback from clients, document that you received a performance improvement. Just document some of those things. You have increased revenues, talk about that. Make sure that if you have initiatives that you have started, leadership initiative that you are involved in, make sure that you document that, so that when it's time for these annual or mid year KPIs reviews or the annual ones, you can bring some of those things, so that it doesn't sound like you are just sucking that you deserve an increase. You can actually see that you are doing something, and the person on the other side can see that you are doing something.
Dr. Sanele, how can a professional tell the difference between self-advocacy and coming across as being boastful?
This is very important, because there is a thin line, my brother. There is always that thin line where I am showing what I'm doing on social media, especially on LinkedIn. You have professionals showing whatever that they've achieved, but there is sharing almost everything, even as a tiny thing. And when people, there are posts that I read on LinkedIn where I'm happy to share that I've completed this certificate, and this person is making the certificate sounds like it's a PhD, when it's just an online certificate that is not even worth credits. Yeah. So there is that thin line, and self-advocacy is you sharing your improvement, providing progress updates, speaking confidently about some of the outcomes that you have achieved, expressing growth, interest to your line manager, to colleagues. That's you harmlessly advocating for yourself and for your personal growth in the company.
And Doc, if I feel that I'm doing a lot, I'm really contributing to the bottom line of the organization, but I feel that I'm getting very minimal feedback from my managers, what should I do?
That's something that happens, and I don't want to take away the fact that we are human beings, Tich. Sometimes you will think your manager is overlooking you, whereas probably they are not overlooking you. So I will ask you that you constantly continue working on yourself, continue working on your craft, make sure that your work is known. I don't want you to just easily give up and tell people, so and so doesn't like me, I know this manager Vele, so and so spoke about them and all of that. So when you are overlooked, you can continue showing up, showcasing and all of that. But at the same time, you need to know when it's time to leave the room. And by leaving the room, I don't want you to exit so badly that you are flagged in a way that you are not going to be given an opportunity moving forward in the company in a later stage. So I want you to move quietly, nicely, and do it properly when you decide to move. I think that is a very important, knowing when it's time that you have outgrown a certain company. There are times where it's not necessarily that you are being overlooked. You have literally outgrown the company. So, which means now you need to look for something else. You need to look for another challenge. There is quite a lot that is involved here. And after all, I want you to exit nicely.
Yeah. For someone who struggles to say no at work, they get lumped up with a lot of projects. What is the one healthy way to set your boundaries without damaging the relationship between yourself and your bosses?
This one is quite a tricky one because people have become sensitive. I don't know if you have noticed, my brother. People are quite sensitive these days. So I think for me, you need to ensure that you indicate, draw a line on what is expected of you. Ask question nicely. Is this an addition or is it still part of what I'm expected to do? Is it something that I can do maybe after I finish doing this and all of that? Because sometimes you are just bombarded because someone is lazy to do their job, or they are giving someone a break through you. So politely asking these kind of questions gives an idea that you still want to do what they are giving you, but at the same time, you are just hinting that, look, I don't know if this is still what I'm supposed to be doing. And it becomes tricky because this is the same person that is supposed to sign off on your promotion and all of that. So you need to trade carefully. But at the same time, my brother, I want our listeners to not feel burned out by promises that are not even there. It's even better when there is a promise. Someone has said, we are looking forward to seeing you grow in the company. They've put you in a leadership program and they want you to grow. So you can see there is something promising. I have seen people burning out on something that is not even there. There is not even a promise there. So I think that is very important.
Doc, a very important question as well. Is it possible for an employee to say no to their boss?
It is.
Won't you get fired?
I mean, it depends. My father would always say it's the manner of approach that is very important. So your no sometimes will not hurt, but maybe sometimes how you say your no will make this person feel like they were disrespected. So if you politely put your no, hey, I'm a little bit overwhelmed by a project that I'm busy with. Is it possible that this can be given to someone else? You see, you didn't say, no, I'm not coming.
Yeah.
So it's very important.
You didn't say no, go away to your boss.
You can't. I mean, like I said, this is someone who, when you are looking for a promotion, is going to say yes. And they look for so many things. And the unfortunate part, Tich, is that whatever you do in the workplace, someone is watching, someone is looking at you, and someone is documenting. Even a smile, this person always smiles when they come. They always greet, and you're like, Aibo, this thing is not even in my KPIs. Am I now supposed to be a clown greeting everyone? So, but it adds up to everything. Sometimes they will say, Tich, this person works very hard. Spani, they know what they need to do, but this person is hard to work with, and you are not going to get the promotion just because someone has given you that review, especially your line manager.
What role does mental health play when someone feels overworked and unseen?
Being overworked and being unseen in a way causes mental health, because you feel undesired. You feel unwanted. You feel like you are underappreciated, and that causes a lot of stress. And sometimes it causes a lot of stress not because you are angry that they are overlooking you. It causes a lot of anxiety and stress because you're thinking, I'm not doing my job properly. Therefore, I want to try harder. I want to wake up tomorrow and do better. I will sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to polish and do better. And that will cause a lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, because you are trying to prove a point. Whereas sometimes they are just giving you a hint that get out of here, you are not wanted.
That's so true.
Yeah.
So what responsibility do managers and organizations have in making sure that contributions are fairly recognized?
I wish we can turn the time, my brother, where we are having good people leading people. These days, we have people who are not even supposed to be in leadership, who are leading. People who you think, how did this person got here? So this conversation, sometimes it will be like pouring water in a river, thinking it would make some changes, because quite importantly, managers should be able to read the room, should be able to know the people they lead. In fact, a friend of mine over the weekend on a seminar that I told you about last week said, invest in your people so that they lead your company to success. So managers needs to make sure that they invest in their people. They know who they're working with. They know what's going on in their lives. But these days you find managers, because they're not supposed to be there, all they do each and every day, they fight for the seat, because they were not granted the seat
that
fairly.
Is so true. Yeah.
That's the problem.
I agree. When is it time to have that very difficult conversation about leaving when you're tired? And how should somebody prepare for that discussion and the decision to make?
Are you trying to hint something to Channel Africa? That you want to have a conversation? Okay, so
yes.
My brother, I just got here, so don't get me fired with you. I'm kidding. So there is no right time, Tich. I mean, it will always feel awkward, because you have invested, you have colleagues, you have friends, you have family here. Some of them, they're now godfathers to your kids. So it's not going to be easy, I must say. But a good dancer knows when to leave the room, right? So which means you don't wait until you dried up for you to leave. They will never write you a good reference. Leave when people still wants you in the room. That's what I can say. When no one desires you anymore, I don't think the world out there will still want or will want you. So leave when Channel Africa still needs you, when they like yo, we can't do anything without Tich. So don't leave when they're like, when is he retiring?
Doc, thank you so much for having joined us tonight. I'm going to make sure that we talk again next week, Tuesday. And for those who'd like to get in touch with you, what are your social media handles?
Thank you so much, my brother. I will always remind young people, let's meet in Cape Town on the 26th of September. We are taking the tour there. I am Gamede Sanele in all social media platforms. It's GAMEDESANELE. That's Gamede Sanele in all social media platforms.
Fantastic. That's Dr. Sanele Gamede. Make sure you join him again, same time, right here on Channel Africa next week, Tuesday, as we continue to empower Africa.